Good morning and welcome back to Keto Living with Dale and Judith. Today's video is Dale's full day of keto foods eating at a low carb level. Today he's going to have 49.5 grams of net carbs. Helps control his blood sugar, maintain his weight loss, and helps him heal from his liver transplant surgery, which was 8 weeks ago. 8 weeks ago today. Let's go ahead and start breakfast. It's going to be 6.1 grams of net carbs. And we're going to start by cooking his no sugar uncured Applegate bacon, 2 slices. Three eggs, which is 1.7 grams of net carbs, scrambled in 3 tablespoons of butter. Dale is taking a lot of medication that helps his immune system ignore his new liver. It makes the body accept that liver as his own. It also makes it easy for his body to ignore other cells, viruses, bacteria, and funguses. Means that Dale is at high risk for infection. So I do touch the raw eggs and then wash my hands. I just don't film it. But I often pause this video and wash my hands. Pause the video and wash my hands. Most of the first-year deaths are caused by infection. There is 20% that don't make it through the first year after a liver transplant, either because of rejection or infection. So we want to protect Dale. We also wear masks when we go out in public because I don't want to bring illness home to Dale, and of course he doesn't want to catch something. Okay, let's go ahead, and we need to cook the French toast. The keto French toast, I've already made it, and it's been frozen and ready to go in the freezer. I just have to reheat it in the toaster. It's made with Base Culture original keto bread. And Base Culture makes a lot of high-carb bread, so it has to be that specific bread. And you're going to find it in the freezer section of the store. If you need to know where to buy it, I'm going to put a link in the description with a store locator. Also, any recipes like for the French toast that you see, there'll be a link to those videos in the description. Every morning, Dale's still enjoying his hot tea. So let's go ahead and get the water warmed up. Today's variety is chamomile, lavender, and cone flower. I almost forgot to mention it's sweetened with just a touch of liquid stevia. The French toast is ready, so let's add a tablespoon of butter and keep it warm in the toaster oven. The bacon's ready, and Dale likes it crispy, so let's take care of that before we bring him his tea. Here comes my tea. I think it's the yellow box with chamomile, lavender, and coneflower. Delicious. Now let's scramble the eggs. I always save those for last because Dale doesn't like the eggs left in the toaster oven. He feels like they dry out. So I always do it last. Hot butter is the key for the eggs puffing up and not sticking to the pan. Now my breakfast: French toast, eggs, bacon by wonderful you, Judith. Okay, breakfast is finished, and it's important to be consistent with the time that I take my medication to protect my liver. So it's time for medicine. Time to walk. It's important for us to stay healthy. Dale needs to build back his strength, and this is good for my mental health, my appetite control, and to stay independent and active. And look at that sunflower. I've finished feeding the birds, and now we're waiting for Dale to come out. Time to walk and exercise. We used to be able to see through this garden, but it has gone wild. It's full of, what's it called? Fennel. And this bush, I call it Rose of Sharon. That's what I call it. Oh, it's really hibiscus. I don't know why I call it that. This is really beautiful. Wow. Many of the graves used to be designed this way. It's designed for a garden, but there aren't many left. Most of them don't have those side walls anymore. Isn't it beautiful? "5,000 steps. Whoa, I did it." Home now. I'm going to go up to the balcony and rest. Dale's going to take a shower and then nap. He is worn out. I'm going to have a snack, enjoy the garden, and then if there's time, harvest some carrots. It's an hour until I have to go down and cook lunch. But let's harvest the carrots now. Time to start filming lunch, so I'm going to leave these carrots to dry, and they will require one more wash inside before storing, but not now. I'm going to sit so I can rest while I discuss lunch. It is hot out there, wow. But I had to harvest those carrots before it was too late. Lunch is going to be, 16.3 grams of net carbs. And yes, that's higher than breakfast. Recently, Dale's before dinner blood sugar has been perfect. He's going to have his favorite dessert, homemade keto whipped cream, 1.8 grams of net carbs. And I'm now making 1 pint of heavy cream at a time. I whip it up and put it in containers and freeze it. He'll have that along with 1 high-protein gelatin called gelatine. Protein is important to help his body heal. It's his number 1 nutritional need right now, and controlling his blood sugar. So let's get these in the fridge to keep them cold. Italian cream cheese for crackers, homemade. I made it with pepperoni and some spices. He has it every Thursday for lunch with 12 keto crackers, 1.4 grams of net carbs. These are fat snacks, which of course they don't make anymore. The cream cheese is 2.2 grams of net carbs for about 1 ounce. 2 grams of net carbs for the guacamole, and 14 grams of sweet peppers, 0.5 grams of net carbs. And this is enough for Dale. He's learning to eat the sweet peppers. He could have more, but that's enough for him. He's going to mix it with the guacamole, and he's going to use it with his keto chips. $16 strips, and I made these from 2 keto almond flour tortillas, Maria and Ricardo's. Most of their tortillas are traditional high-carb tortillas, so you have to be careful. I either buy them straight from their website, or I order them special through my local co-op, and I get a reduced price for that, or through Amazon. But Amazon, sometimes they get lost. From the co-op, I have to drive and pick them up, but from the website, they deliver them to my house. So there's links for those Amazon and website in the description. So there's 4 grams of net carbs each tortilla, so that makes these 8 grams of net carbs. And like I said, Dale's lunch will be 16.3 grams of net carbs. Sorry, some gnats followed me inside. So that's why I say Dale eats low carb, not keto. Now my food today, breakfast is always coffee. I already had it upstairs. I'm still sleeping upstairs, and Dale is still in the hospital bed in the living room. So we're still sleeping separate. So I'm still using instant coffee like I did at the hospital with my coconut milk. So I have my coffee, and then my greens, my beets, and my liver capsules and fish oil, seaweed too. So the coffee is 3 grams of net carbs, and those supplements is 1.9 grams of net carbs, making breakfast every day 4.9 grams of net carbs. Then you saw my morning snack, which was my yogurt, coconut milk yogurt, 3.1 grams of net carbs for half a cup. mixed with 1 tablespoon of chia seeds, which is 0.8 grams of net carbs. That helps it to thicken. Plus, I enjoy it. And then I added in 1 ounce of freshly harvested blackberries, 1.2 grams of net carbs, making my morning snack 5.1 grams of net carbs. For now, I'm having it after my walk because it's nice to sit and enjoy it and cool off. That's the last of the yogurt, and I actually have a big patch going now. I have to refill them all tomorrow. Now my lunch that is cooking right now, it's going to be ready in about 15 minutes. It's going to be 2 chicken thighs with freshly harvested yellow summer squash. And it's roasted with the chicken on a flat griddle. I mixed the squash with 3 tablespoons of coconut oil. Let me look at the amounts. Hang on. So I'm having a double serving of vegetables. Typically I eat 5 grams of net carbs worth of vegetables, but I want to take advantage of the fresh squash. I'll preserve the excess squash, but I want to eat as much fresh as possible. It's 453 grams of fresh squash for 10.1 grams of net carbs with 2 chicken thighs. That's typically what I have. And the capsules are greens, beets, and beef liver, 1.8 grams of net carbs, making lunch 11.9 grams of net carbs. And I don't eat dinner. I have 1 big meal a day. Have it for lunch. Now later, before bed, I've added in a serving of hot chia cereal. I used to have that for breakfast sometimes. I've been so busy lately that I found that having it before bed helps satisfy me, and I'm still burning fat. It's half a cup of coconut milk mixed with 3 tablespoons of chia seeds, half a cup of water, and about 1/4 to 1/2 of a teaspoon of liquid stevia, with 1 ounce of freshly harvested blackberries. I'll show that to you later. It's going to be 6.5 grams of net carbs, making today 28.4 grams of net carbs. So keto is a percentage of fat compared to protein compared to net carbs. Normally you start at 20 grams of net carbs, but between 20 and 30 is good for me. Remember, I've been eating keto for 8 years. So I'm able to eat between 20 and 30 grams of net carbs. And today is 28.4 grams of net carbs. Oh, exactly how I like it. I do scrape off the pan and pour off the oil over the chicken. Now, if this was my small griddle, I would deglaze it with some broth, but I can't put this long, a flat griddle on my glass stove top. Now, if this chicken was pasture raised, and was fed with a non-GMO, non-soy feed, I would save these bones for broth. But this is just Walmart chicken, and I'd rather not use these to make bone broth. Okay, let's get Dale's dessert and bring this up to the balcony, watch the birds, and enjoy the garden. Lunch now, watching the beautiful garden, the sunflowers and all the different flowers. Now it's time to make dinner. But before we start dinner, let me show you Dale's before bed snack. And it's the same thing as normal. Ratio protein yogurt. It's sugar-free. 8 grams of net carbs. He's having it with 1 ounce of frozen pureed blackberries. That'll thaw and Dale will mix that in. 1 ounce of blackberries is 1.2 grams of net carbs, making the nighttime snack 9.2 grams of net carbs. 9.2 grams of net carbs. Now let's get this back in the fridge. Dale's had a quiet afternoon. He stayed in the living room, either sitting or resting in bed. Tomorrow's going to be a busy day. He has an early morning Johns Hopkins clinic, and he's going to drive in. He's going to meet a friend who's going to join him, and then he's going to see how far can he drive. Hopefully he can make the trip there and drive all the way home, but his friend's there if he has to take over and help drive. It's about an hour trip to Baltimore and an hour trip home, depending on the traffic. When he gets back home, we're going to eat lunch. Then he has afternoon physical therapy, so it's going to be a busy day tomorrow. Clinic visits have to be early because he has to get his blood drawn before 9 a.m. So 1 trip for 2 purposes. It's been a long walk this morning, so we're both tired today. So let me show what he's going to have for dinner. Tacos again. He has them for Sunday lunch, Tuesday dinner, and Thursday dinner, 3 times a week. It's his favorite meal. Start by warming up the coconut oil, and we're going to fry 2 keto tortillas. 4 grams of net carbs each, making this 8 grams of net carbs for the tortillas. The Maria and Ricardo's almond flour keto tortillas. And we're going to warm up the taco meat. 1.6 grams of net carbs, homemade. Store-bought spices for tacos. You know, the little packs. That's what I grew up with. Mom would buy those little packs. They have sugar and starch in them. So it's best to make it yourself. I have a recipe video, and I'll put the link in the description. And these are frozen in the freezer, just ready to warm up in the microwave. And then keep it in the toaster oven to keep it warm. Just like yesterday, Dale made salad again, and it helped me so much. 6-cup container. I'd say there's about 4 cups of salad in there. 45 grams of mixed greens, which is good for his potassium. He's struggling right now with low potassium, low magnesium, and low iron. 10 grams each of broccoli and cauliflower, and 10 grams of red cabbage. All those nice dark colors for nutrition. 9 grams of carrots, 8 grams of beets. Altogether, 2.9 grams of net carbs. I will add the extra cheese, the extra taco meat, the extra guacamole, and Caesar dressing. 1 tablespoon. Here's the dressing. 1 tablespoon is 0.5 grams of net carbs. I like this because it doesn't have any soybean oil. We don't eat soy. Most of this brand's dressing is sugar-free, but not all, so read the ingredients. Watch out for honey, coconut nectar, so be careful. The cheese is 3 ounces altogether. Cheddar, 2.9 grams of net carbs. 2 grams, sorry, I can't sign today. 2 grams of net carbs for the guacamole. And if you want less nut carbs, pick a different cheese like Monterey Jack. Much lower in carbs because it has a higher moisture content than cheddar. It's less concentrated. We're going to leave the taco to stay warm in the toaster oven. And let's discuss the coconut oil. So if you're going to fry, use naturally refined coconut oil. It's better for high heat, and it doesn't have any coconut taste. Save the virgin coconut oil for lower heat. I do save my coconut oil. I do reuse it, but I understand if you're not comfortable with that. But it's expensive, so tonight Dale will filter it and store it in the fridge. Okay, let's warn Dale that I'm coming and bringing his dinner. Dinner time with salad and tacos. Exciting. And water. So here's my bedtime snack. 6.5 grams of net carbs. Half a cup of coconut milk with half a cup of water and 3 tablespoons of chia seeds, along with half a teaspoon of liquid stevia. Where is it? Here it is. I left it overnight for the chia seeds to absorb the liquid. So I added 1 ounce of blackberries that I harvested today. So 1.2 grams of net carbs and 1 small strawberry that I found. I'm just going to warm it up in the microwave. So Dale's dinner was 16.9 grams of net carbs, making his whole day 49.5 grams of net carbs. Where I was 28 point something. Let me check my notes. 28.4 grams of net carbs. So you see the difference? I'm keto, where Dale is low carb. Thank you for visiting Keto Living with Dale and Judith. See you later. Bye-bye.